Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our Fosek TV. Here is a breaking news. Yes, India's loan scams leave victims scared for their life. When Anuj took out a loan for $110 in March, he thought it would swiftly solve his financial problems. Instead, it has made his life much, much worse. The Pune-based man had been lured into one of India's many digital loan scams. Like many, Anuj, not his real name, was attracted by the quick and easy loan approval processes. All he had to do was download an app to his phone and supply a copy of his identity card to qualify. He quickly received some money, but only half of the amount he requested. Just 3 days later, the company started demanding he pay back 3 times the amount they loaned him. His debts spiraled as he took loans out from other finance apps to pay off the first. Eventually, Anuj owed more than $6,000 spread across 33 different apps. Many of the people running those apps began threatening him over repayments, but he has too scared to go to the police. The people running the apps gained access to all the contacts on his phone and his pictures and have threatened to send nude pictures to his wife to everyone on his phone. To pay off the scammers, he has sold all of his wife's jewelry but says he is still threatened. I don't think they will let me go. I am scared for my life. I get threatening calls and messages every day, Anuj says. In India, this type of mobile phone scamming has become all too common. Between 1st January 2020 and 31st March 2021, a study by the Reserve Bank of India identified 600 illegal lending apps. During that period, Maharashtra state recorded the highest number of complaints relating to lending apps, with 572 reported to the RBI. These apps promise hassle-free loans, quick money, and people are lured into them, not realizing that their phones get hacked, their data gets stolen, and their privacy is compromised, says Mr. Jasbir Jadhav, Special Inspector General of Police Maharashtra Cyber Department. I would say it's a scam which is spreading because so many people in India are not eligible for loans here. Often the apps are run via servers in China, but the scammers themselves are usually located in India, says Inspector Jadhav. He says many scammers have been caught by tracking their bank accounts and phone numbers, but one scammer told to the reporter that it was relatively simple to evade detection by the Indian authorities. The founders of apps or people like us who work for them are very difficult to trace as we use all fake papers to get a mobile number. We operate from all across India. Most of us don't have a fixed location to work from. All I need is laptop and a phone connection. One operator like me has more than 10 numbers to use for threatening the customer. These particular scammers told us that they are trained to find gullible and needy people who are then loaned just half of what they ask for. Then, as in the case of Anuj, the scammer will demand that 3 times that amount is paid back. If the victim fails to pay, more pressure is quickly applied. The first step is to harass, then threaten. Then the actual game starts of backbelling the person as we have loans, phones details, the scammer told us. Many don't go to authorities out of shame and fear. Has been message sent to the victim. They include threats to tell family and work colleagues about the victim's debts, but some are more brutal, with threats to make and distribute porn videos using the victim's image. The government has made some efforts to stamp out loan scam operators. In May last year, it urged Google to review the apps available from its Play App Store. Google is a key component as almost all Indians with a smartphone will have its operating software called Android and use its app service Play. But when shut out from such services, the scammers move elsewhere and use simply text messages to advertise. Following its study of digital lending, the RBI has asked the government to come up the new legislation to help curb illegal lending. It includes a central agency at the RBI which could verify apps. The government is expected to respond within the coming weeks, but any new rules will come in much too later for some. According to his family, Sandeep Korgangor committed suicide on 4th May due to the threats and harassment he was receiving from loan scammers. According to his brother Dattatreya, Sandeep had not even taken out a loan. He had just downloaded the app. Soon after that, agents began calling Sandeep's work colleagues, telling them he had bad debts. They also manipulated his image to make nude photographs and forwarded them to 50 of his colleagues. The harassment did not stop even after he filed a police complaint, says Dattatreya. His life had become a living hell. He could not sleep or eat, he had. The police are now investigating the case. BN Das report for Shakti.